company is called Space Expedition Corporation, and we commercialize space travel. So anyone that wants to become an astronaut can fly into space with us as of the beginning of next year. And we'll be taking off from California, from the Mojave Desert. The first flights will be up to 61 kilometers high, and then at the end of next year we'll be flying to 103 kilometers high from the island of Curacao in the Caribbean. Our flight into space, it basically takes 1 hour. We take off as a normal aircraft, so you see it behind me, that is the shuttle. So there's nothing attached to it, it flies on its own. So we can take off from any normal runway. As soon as we hit air, we need to go straight up. Within 30 seconds, you'll have already broken the sound barrier. Within 3 minutes, you're already above 60 kilometers. We then switch off the engines. You go Mach 3. You're weightless already at 60 kilometers. And with the enormous speed that you have, you go up to above 103 kilometers. At that point, you're officially in space. Anyone that goes above 100 kilometers is officially an astronaut. You're in space for 5 to 6 minutes. The shuttle turns upside down. You're in the cockpit with us next to the pilot. So you've got this huge glass canopy that you can see the curves of the Earth through. After 5 to 6 minutes, the shuttle will start coming back to Earth, and it will start picking up a lot of speed. To reduce speed, we have to do a pull-out maneuver that we call the pull-out maneuver. We place the link shuttle horizontally, which means that we pull the nose up, and at that point you have about 4 Gs on your body for 20 to 30 seconds. And after that you land as a glider plane, back to where you started, and you come back as an astronaut. We don't have to do such a rigorous training. So we have put together a very specialized training program. We do trainings in fighter jets and simulators and centrifuges, and they're absolutely amazing training missions, but you don't have to do all of them. So we can recommend you do at least 1 or 2 so that you get used to the G-forces, you feel what it's like to be weightlessness, so that you can really enjoy your space flight eventually. The main thing is health. So passengers that have very severe heart problems, they will have more difficulty with the G-forces. So it's recommendable that they've had a G-force training and that they've had regular checks with a medical doctor. And then as long as that's okay, you're able to go up, and then obviously because of the spin of the Earth, you can come back down at any point, but coming back down, that's when you'll have the G-forces coming from above. So I think it's more a physical thing as well. If you're healthy, you're fine. Yeah. We have interest from all over the world. Our youngest clients are 15 and 16. You have to be 18 to fly with us, but their parents decided that when they're 18, they can go to space. Our oldest client is an 83-year-old gentleman from Australia. So it's very different, and up till now we've sold over 200 space tickets already. Wow. Well, we're actually already the more affordable commercial space line. So we ask $100,000 US for a ticket into space. And if you look back on air travel, I mean, the very first flights on an airplane, they were ridiculously expensive. Now we have EasyJet and Ryanair, so I think it's just a matter of time as well. So yeah, I think in 20 years we'll be flying from A to B, and then in 30, 40, 50 it'll be more affordable because I suppose there'll be more suppliers as well. We work together with a company called X-Score. That's one of the best manufacturers in rocket engines. They've built many rocket engines for NASA, and what they've done at the moment is they've built rocket engines that are so revolutionary that you can start them, turn them off, and reignite them at will for more than 5,000 times, which in the history of space travel has never happened, because up till now, every space shuttle that's been in space, it's been a solid fuel engine, which means that every time it's been in space, it's had to be disposed. So not very friendly, environmentally friendly at all. And with us, we can fly people to space 5,000 times without having to throw any part of the engine away. Yeah, so our goal is eventually to fly from A to B. So at the moment what we're doing is we're going from A to A. So taking passengers into space, letting them see the curves of the Earth for 5 to 6 minutes there in space. And then eventually the future and our main goal is to fly from A to B. So that means taking off from anywhere in the world, going up, switching up the engines, and then you can land anywhere you like on the planet in less than 2 hours, which is much better, much cleaner for the environment, because obviously there's no resistance in space. We don't use any fuel, no pollution, so for the future it's better for the environment, and it's much quicker.